All right. Welcome back to Scalp Traders Hub. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know where you're watching from and who is watching. And let's get this analysis session started. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Scalp Traders Hub, and your one and only Dan here at Scalp Traders Hub. Welcome. Those who are in East Africa, good morning. Those who are in other countries, I don't know whether it is a good evening, whether it is a what, but I know you guys are tuned in. Anyways, welcome. Now let's get into today's analysis. But before we do that, let's give God the glory. Father, we bless your name. We love you. Thank you for your grace upon our lives. Thank you for your glory. Thank you for your grace that we've seen enabling us, oh God, to do what we do on the markets. Lord, we say thank you. Thank you for yesterday's profits. Thank you for the success you gave unto us. Thank you for the trade setups you gave unto us. Thank you for the money we were able to bag, oh God. We bless you for that. Father, today we ask of the same, even better and bigger, Lord, for better trade setups, for bigger profits, oh God, because we know you are able to do it. There's nothing too hard for you. The Bible says so. So we say thank you. We give you glory and honor. In the mighty name of Jesus, we've prayed and believed. Amen and amen. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now given God the glory. Now let's get straight into the business. Gold, here we go. For those that are watching me and watching this channel for the very first time, please make it a point to subscribe. It is the easiest way to support the channel, but also it enables us to continue growing this community to the rest of the world, to get traders with the same mindset. So ladies and gentlemen, do that. And those that have already subscribed, please make it a point to like, share. I don't mind. You share to the groups, to the family members, to your colleagues, those that you want to encourage to join trading. I do teaching, so just bring them on. Let them get first inspired and then get the passion, and then they will make up their mind to start trading. So bring them on. Share the link every day. Don't lose hope in them yet. So ladies and gentlemen, let's look at gold. What happened yesterday? But I want to first delete all these wait, I don't want to delete that. I want to delete these. All right, so yesterday's gold, those who are on VIP, we made this trade. Those who are on VIP yesterday, we made this trade, this buy move here. I think it was here, so we took it there as it was moving. So we took it and then hit our first TP. Our first TP was here. This was our first TP. No, yes, this line here, this was our first TP. So it was hit, then dropped here, retested, then went back, failed to break that, and then came down later. So we went out with our first TP. I was holding it when it went back, so I had to take my TP there, my TP right there, before it came down again to drop down. So what are we looking at today? So I need to delete that now. I remember, according to the analysis, let me take you back to H1. According to this analysis that you are currently seeing, this one right here, I had anticipated that price may react on this order block right on H1 right there. So price reacted to that H1 order block 2 times and then dropped back. So apparently we are consolidating within H1. So now I want to delete this. I want to delete that and that and that. That was our TP1. Our third TP was all the way up there, so we're still having the same. I want to delete this though, and then I want to remain with a few of these lines to make the chart clean. So what are we seeing? Are we going to see price actually drop down below here since it has now reacted there? Yep. Are we going to see that? Let me just remove that and drag this to here. So that's what we are currently seeing. Drop. Are we going to see this drop get down below to mitigate the stop losses of the early buyers right here? We may actually. We may. So having seen this, I want to check what is happening with our indicator CCI. Let's look at CCI and RSI down below here and see the signal on H1. We are looking at the shadow to buy. I mean, the oversold shadow there is not that strong. That means we are still looking at it dropping. According to M15, clearly you will see that we have overbought shadows right about there, meaning sales are on. But I want to look at H4. Let's look at H4. Let's look at H4. What is not happening on H4? Price is still below our 10 MA. Clearly you will see that, even though I don't have my 10 MA right now. I want to see how yesterday closed though before I can do any other analysis. I want to see how yesterday closed. All right, that was some crazy rejection coming in from buyers. Then later we saw another rejection coming in from sellers. That was yesterday. This is yesterday's candle, and you can look at today's candle. It is a strong bearish candle, still with some good high momentum of bears right now, dropping down massively. Are we going to see it continue? Maybe. Why do I say that? Maybe. Look at this. This was our break of structure right here according to H4. This is our lower low. Yep. And that is our lower high. Price has been trying to drop down probably to look for a new lower low, but it's still failing. It is currently consolidating like I told you on H1. So are we going to see price actually break this consolidation level and drop to look for a new lower low, probably down below here, or fail to give us a new lower low? We may. So having seen what I've seen and how yesterday closed, I believe we are going to see something like this. Price may fail to go back again up, depending on the momentum that we've seen on depending on the rejection we saw yesterday, and according to the momentum we've seen now today for the sales, we may see this little pullback and then drop massively to break through this and then get to that level. Now from there, it's where we may get to see some high momentum buys come in to push us all the way to such levels. So having seen all this now, what do I have to do? I've seen already on H4, on H1, I need to buy. Clearly this is oversold here, so I need to buy. That's why this here is valid, this move here valid. Once H1 is oversold, overbought, then we look at selling it all the way down below. Then we come in with H4 and daily time frame to get us back into the buy move or the buy trend to take us all the way right there. So having seen this, let me now go to M15, and let me activate my 10 MA and look at it. What are we having? Consolidation, same level. So we have a support here just like we have right now here. So price is now above our 10 MA. Is it a good thing to enter now? Let's scalp it back. Let's all drop down to M5 and look at a scalp. So that means if price goes below, goes above my level here, I can easily make my trade. to reach that TP level. Perfect. That's good. But if it dares drops down and breaks this, then we are getting down below to that level. So having seen this, I'm gonna wait for price to break this here. I'm gonna wait for price to break this level here. Can we wait with it? I think we can. I think we can. Remember, the London session has started, so I think we can. Let's just be patient. Let's see the signal on CCI. We are likely to wait for this asset. Once this M5 candle closes above that level, I'm entering buys. Yeah, we need buys. Same signal just like we have on H1. Just like we have on H1. Same signal. So we are looking at buys. But we have to wait for price to break that level. If price breaks that level, then I'm in business. If it does break down below here, no business at all. So all I need is price to break here. And then I get in with my buys to take me to that TP level, and that will be enough as I wait for the sales to drop back to the same level. Remember, I've told you on H1, we are consolidating. We are consolidating right there and down below here. This is the consolidation zone according to H1. All right, so let's go back to our M5. We are looking at waiting for this move. We need it to close above. Once it closes above, then we can enter it. Let me wait for this current M5 to close and see whether we will get this trade. We want to trade it above, just there. Once price closes above here, that's what we need. That's what we need, and we have our tight stop loss just right about there. That's what we are looking at. Almost a 1 to 3, almost a 1 to 3 if we enter immediately. Yeah, so we need it to close. We need it to close. So actually aim for 1 to 3 at least. This is a high momentum. Clearly, you can clearly see the previous candle, so we might just see a wick on this current candle, and then the rest of the candle goes above this level because of the previous candle. So the moment it closes above here, we are in business. I'm entering. I won't mind about these previous moves, these ones here, this one here. I won't mind about it. I'll just enter. Why? Because looking at this, you can clearly see what price has been doing. So I need it to break that level. Once it has broken it, then I will be in business. Yeah. Wait a minute. This was our lower low on M5, then lower high here, change of character, then drop down, then gave us a break of structure right here, which is a fake. So this is our current lower low. So this here is our lower high, right about there. Okay, so price action is in play. Right now. So price breaking that is what I need to, because this was our previous lower low right here, then lower high, low here, then change of character, started to give us higher highs and high, then it dropped down to mitigate the stop losses of the early buyers. Now as it was doing that, it gave a fake break of structure right about there. So that's why this becomes our level we have to consider. So price breaking that level gives us the opportunity to enter buys. So having seen this, I'm just gonna be patient with it. I'm not gonna now wait for it again. Let me drop to boom 1,000. Let's go to boom 1,000 and we look at what happened yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen, Oh yes, Zain, we are on Boom 1000 now. I hope you're still watching. Thank you so much for being around. Let's now look at Boom 1000. Yesterday, let's start from H1 probably, so that you guys see what we wanted yesterday. So this was yesterday. I told you it was still very bullish. On it being bullish, I wanted to see some reaction on this level. According to M15, we were anticipating a reaction, but it was not enough. You can clearly see it was having low momentum, but somehow, somewhere, it was enough for price to continue with a bullish trend. Look at that. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and then burst out around probably 3-4 there, and it continued with an uptrend. So the pullback I wanted never happened, to come at least to this level around where we saw our change of character. No pullback happened, so I couldn't enter at all, because we wanted this pullback so that we can have a sniper, even a better entry at entering the buys. Because yesterday, by the time we analyzed, we were here, we were there, so there's no way I could have entered this trade. If I entered here, it was very near to this very level, it was very near to that, so anything could have happened and then dropped. So that's why I was unable to make any entries on Boom 1000 yesterday. So it bought massively. The only crazy thing we failed to do is entering very early, because this was very early morning. By that time I was still asleep, of course, when it gave us all this. This was a very sniper entry right on this second candle, right about there. This would have been my entry if at all I was in market yesterday at around 5 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, so that's why I was unable to trade it yesterday. All right, so what are we looking at today? Let's delete all this, let's delete all that. So all these were disrespected, so we have to delete it, to delete them. And let's now look at start from daily time frame. Let's look at how yesterday closed. Zain, I hope you're still with me. Let's look at how yesterday closed. So remember I told you yesterday we had this change of character right here. This was our higher high, higher low, then higher high, then price dropped here to break that higher low, to give us a change of character to the downside, gave us a lower low, then sort of like a lower high, which is quite weird, and then dropped here to give us another break of structure and get a new lower low, then went for the mitigation move. And look at this fair value gap being taken out right now as we speak. Is it enough? Probably. I want to delete this for now, and that it may be enough or not, so delete that also. Let's see what signal are we getting from CCI, because we should be selling according to market structure and price action. We should be looking at sales, and we want buys to come all the way here. So we have some faint shadows of overbought, so it means we are still bullish. We are still bullish according to daily time frame. We are still bullish. That's why we saw that massive move yesterday. Look at that candle, that's crazy. It engulfed all these candles right here. That means we are still bullish even today. So I may not trade this asset again today, maybe tomorrow, but today it's off. Okay, let's first analyze before we make decisions. Of course, according to H4 we are still bullish, H4, but let's look at market structure before we look at the signal from CCI. Let me even remove it for now. So look at that. This was our higher high, higher low, high there, then change of character to the downside. Now what happened? Lower low right here, lower high here, then lower low, then a bit of funny consolidation right here, weird, and then later gave us a break of structure to give us a new lower low. What came later? A change of character right about here to the upside. And this here is what I'm talking about as a mitigation move. But look at where it has reached so far. Where this drop momentum sell move started from, right there on that order block. It has mitigated it already, and fully, by the way. So there's no way I'm gonna miss selling it now. Why? Because the very last order block that gave us this drop on H4, it's where price has gone back to. Yes, we need buys according to H4, but market structure says different. This was our change of character, and the mitigation move has gone back to the very last order block that gave us this high momentum sell drop right there. So what does that tell me? That tells me that I need to look at sells. So that means if I go to M15 and I get to see a change of character and I get to see a signal from CCI showing me that I'm overbought, then I need to sell. So this is a first signal from CCI showing me that I need to sell because we are overbought, but it's not enough. I need to see a structure like this. Yes, this has already happened. Now I need to see something like that, and then a drop. That's where I'll be entering my sniper, right on that level. That's where I'm gonna be entering my sells. So till then, this is still a no-go. So I need to wait for this other move. If this other move gives me a break of structure here, then no business. Then I will not be having any business with this asset. But if it does fail to go and break structure and starts to drop and give me momentum of sell right about there, third candle, second to third candle, I make my entries to drop with it all the way to where? Look at this. It's gonna be a swing kind of trade. Let's go back to H4 and I show you what I'm talking about. It's gonna be a swing because we needed to swing it all the way to such a level according to daily time frame. Then we can come in with our buys because this is the structure. Buys from this order block, which is the daily OB. Right about there. This is what we are looking at. So if price can give us what we need on M15, then we will swing it. We will swing it for days. Only for those who love swinging it. Zain says, aren't we wait till it touches that order block, then we see if it will break out and start looking for sales opportunities because it's still going up. Yes, like I've told you, we are still bullish. According to H4, we are bullish. Even M15, this is a break of structure. But like I've told you, this is a structure I'm waiting for. If price fails to take this higher high on M15, to take it out on this very pullback move, on this move looking for a new higher high, because now I believe it's almost creating a higher low here. If it fails to break this previous high, then I come in with my sniper entry on the second or third candle to the downside, right there on the second or third candle. So I have to wait for this because I'm looking for a sniper. So I may not wait for price to break here. The best entry is to wait for price to break here. According to Smart Money, the best action, let me show you. According to Smart Money, the best entry is this. Then wait for something like this. Then enter from here. That is the best entry. This is your best entry according to Smart Money. For snipers, this is your risky entry and you have your tight stop loss just above here or even above this order block according to H4. It will be a big one because this is the H4 order block, so having your stop loss there, yeah, it's gonna be big if you're trading on M15. Yeah, but this is the risky entry. Risky entry, but a sniper. But then this is a risk-free entry right here, risk-free. Okay, limited risk. There is no entry that is that doesn't have a risk. So this is limited risk entry. Limited risk entry. So this is what I need to see. This is what I need to see. Second candle, when it gives us a pullback to confirm the change of character right here, because this will be our chalk. I hope you get now what I'm saying as a yin. I hope we're on the same level now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's boom 1,000 for us there. That's boom 1,000 for us there. So this is what I'm going to be looking at. This is what I'm going to be looking at for those who have big accounts and they can they are able to risk. This is your entry right there. Those who have small accounts and are intraday traders, then you want to wait for this confirmation of the market structure shift on M15. Then you can enter when it is confirming right about there, and then you enter yourselves right on there. So this is going to be your entry right about there for those who are able to risk after seeing bullish momentum failing to take out that higher high here, and this will be your entry. If market fails to take the higher high here on M15, then it starts to give you bullish momentum. That becomes your risky entry. I don't normally emphasize this, I don't normally advise this, but for those who love looking for snipers like me, then that becomes your entry. And then you can also decide to just risk the distance of this previous order block. That becomes your level of stop loss. That's what I do when I'm setting my stop loss. That becomes my stop loss right about here. Same distance, that becomes my stop loss right there, not there. If I enter on M15 and I'm looking at that sniper, that becomes my stop loss right about there. Alright, so that's it guys on boom 1,000. I hope Zain, you're still there, and we probably were on the same level. If we are not still, let me know in the comment section, and then we can look at being on the same level. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dank Scott here at Dank Scott Traders App. Make it a point, if you're here for the first time, to subscribe, to like. It doesn't take you a minute or two, it just takes you a bit of like 2-3 seconds to hit that subscribe button. It is the easiest way to support this channel if you're loving what I'm doing here, what the community is all about. Anyways, back to the business. Let's now go straight into V75. But before we look at V75 today, I want to go back a little bit to gold and see whether we are in business yet. Not yet. So it hasn't yet broken that level, so we are still waiting. We needed to break this level right here. And it closes above it. Once price closes above this very line here, then we are in business to make the buy move with it. So till then, no business. Alright, V75, let's go. This one here, yesterday we made money on it. Those who are on VIP, all right, thank you Zain, thank you. All right, V75, yesterday we made this entry. Let me see if I have those who are on VIP. You know that this is where the day ended, and this was our trade. Right about there. Let me get to see the settings here, and then the execution. All right, so that was our entry. Mistakenly I entered 2 times and then I left them in, so that was our entry right there where you're seeing this arrow, So we entered from there and took our stop loss, took our took our TP. This was our first TP right here, and that's how we traded it. So I took one entry, I took it out, then the other entry I broke it even. That's where it took me out, right about there. So now let's talk about today. Remove this. Let's remove that. Let's talk about today. What is happening? Let's go back all the way to daily time frame. We check what is not happening. Why are we still seeing the bulls taking the shape? All right, according to H4, I wanted to see how the day closed. Okay, it is sort of like, first delete this so that we see the candle there. All right, that's the candle. It had a big rejection coming in from sellers, then later we saw the rejection coming in from buyers. So it was a 50-50 kind of day yesterday. So today I started with a huge momentum of buys, as you can clearly see, going back to that level. So we are still bullish according to daily time frame, but that's not enough. We are looking at H4 apparently. So what do we have here according to H4 and price action? What do we have? Let me first delete that. Let me delete this. Let's make some just want to leave these lines here, the trend lines for now. So according to H4, let's look at price action and smart money. So look at this change of character: lower low, lower high, lower low, right here, break of structure, lower low, lower high, then lower low, break of structure here, then lower low. Now this is a mitigation move. This is a mitigation move to take what out? It has reached that order block, which is now a support according to H4. So this is a support, this is a mitigation. I don't see it go all the way up there, but if it does, then we'll be waiting also. But now we are on that very order block, which is the support, the resistance level already. So knowing that this is our resistance level and price is touching it again the second time. This was the order block at first, then went back to it first time, now has gone back to it second time. So now I know that, then we know we are about to see sales. Why? On the previous move, when it touched it, this was the order block on H1 that it left behind, this one here, and actually it touched it. Look at that, it touched it when it was confirming this drop right here. This was a high, then a low here, then failed to give us a new high, dropped massively, change of character, then a drop came through. Now price has gone back to the H4 one, but it's not yet touching the H1 order block, which is a resistance already. Why? Because price mitigated that order block already to make it a resistance right there. This move, this candle here, mitigated that order block. So if price goes back to it, then we know sales will be starting. But the other thing I want you guys to understand is this is sort of like a channel. Price has been trading within a channel since the other day, since Tuesday. Since Tuesday, price was studied the channel, because this is a break of structure, break of structure, break of structure. So that makes it a channel. Price has been trading within a channel, and we are waiting for it to drop massively and break it out. The moment it mitigates this order block on this resistance level on H1, I'm anticipating this very same drop right there. This very same drop right there to come back to such a level. But also this will be our first TP, but then there's also anticipating the second TP just on the trend line, and that becomes our second TP all the way down below. So having seen this, I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna be patient with this move, because it's likely to continue with a bullish move to mitigate this H1 order block. Why? Right now this is a break of structure, as you can clearly see it. This is a break of structure right here. right there. So we are still bullish until price reaches this resistance. So no business. So till probably the next H4 starts. Until then, I will not be trading this. I'll be just waiting. I'll be just waiting for it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that has been jump V75. We have no business with this, but we are anticipating to sell it later once it mitigates that resistance level on H1 right there to come to this order block on M15. That's where I'm gonna be waiting for my sales on this very asset. So let's see, does this market structure and price action or whatsoever match with the signal from RCCI and RSI? Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. What is this? This is H1. What are we seeing? We are seeing sales. We need to sell. So the pullback to that is gonna be confirming that in the very next few minutes. It's gonna mitigate that order block, and then all you need is to drop down to M15 and look and wait for the signal probably to confirm with market structure, the CCI signal to confirm with market structure. Or if you're not a good trader of using indicators, then you wait for a market structure shift on M15, something like this, something like that. Then you can enter with it. Something like that. Failure to give us a new higher high on M15 and breaks the previous higher low to give you what we call the market structure shift or a change of character, whatever you want to use. Then you just wait for that and get in with your sales. And this time, after mitigating this H1 order block, this time we were likely to see the breakout on this very support trend line to push us down below. It's been strong enough for some good days, but this time, after mitigating that H1 order block that we've already seen right here, we are likely to break this support trend line and come to this other level. So let's wait for that. I hope this is clear enough for those traders of V75. Let's now roll to, I believe, jump 10. This has been our assets, but you guys can tell me which other asset you guys are trading, then I can check it out before I check on J10. We still have about 14 minutes. We still have about 14 minutes. Which other asset you guys are trading? If you want, I can check on Jump 10 because we traded Jump 10. I actually traded Jump 10 late night while I was watching the match. I made a trade of J10. It was a good one. We were waiting for it the whole day. If it breaks above the trend line, it's still gonna go up in order for it to then respect the previous higher level. Yeah, of course. Right now as we speak, it has reacted on our order block on H1. It has just reacted on, it has reached our H1 order block, call it a resistance level. Then I want to remove this. We just delete it. It has now reached it. So that's why you're seeing on M15, it has just started to give us some reaction on it. So we have to be patient and wait. Yeah, you're right, Zain. Yeah, we wait. Yeah, which other assets are you guys trading so that we can look at that before we go to J10? We made money on J10 yesterday, but I did not share that signal to my VIPs because it was a late night trade. It was a late night trade that we waited for the whole day. Those who were here yesterday for the analysis, I told you we were waiting for this sell. We were waiting for this sell. The whole day, we waited for it the whole day until late night. This is where the day closed, right here. Right there. Look at when it started to move. Just around 22:30. Around 10:30 p.m. That's when it started to move. And then I made my entry. I made my entry around here when it went below my 10 MA, I think so. That's when I made my entry and had to hold it all the way to my TP level. I left it running the whole night. I don't normally do this unless I have something that is actually showing me that it needs to continue. So that's what I did. I held it throughout the night, left it running, and went to sleep. Today morning came when it had hit my TP. Perfect. And that's it. So this was yesterday's J10, but I'm just showing you what happened yesterday on J10. So I want to see what you guys are trading. What other assets are you trading before I can analyze J10 for today? If you want us to analyze J10, let me know in the comment section. Then we reanalyze it for today's trade. Let me know in the comment section for us to get our bonus asset. J10 has been our bonus asset for quite some time. So if you want us to have it again today, let me know in the comment section, then we analyze it. As we're doing that, let me go back to our gold and see it's not yet ready, so we are still gonna be patient with it. The moment it breaks there, we are going in to get us all the way up there. J10, we are still, gold, we are still waiting for price to close above this level, then we can go for that bullish move on M5 and M15. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm waiting for you to tell me what should we do. As you're doing that also, please endeavor to hit that like button. Hit that like button. I treasure it. I treasure it. I treasure it. Thank you in advance as you hit that like button. Should we analyze J10, or you guys have another asset you want us to analyze? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section whether we've ever traded it or not. As long as you are trading it, let me know, then we look at it as our bonus asset before we call it a day. We have about 10 minutes to close the day, to close our session. All right, Katushabe Prosi says J10, one more person and let's do it. One more person. Let's do this. One more minute. If I don't get a comment about J10, then I go straight to J10. 1 more minute. If I don't get a counter asset to besides J10, I go straight to J10 because I've already gotten one person recommending us to analyze J10. If this current candle on gold closes above this line, we are in business. I told you guys, we want price to close above this. Once price closes above that line, we are making an entry. In fact, let me connect my account right now. All right, so it's connected. So J10 boom 500. All right, so I don't know if we'll be able to look at boom 500, but let's now get straight to J10. So this was yesterday's trade. Let's let's first delete all the things that we used yesterday and look at today. Let's look at today. Our analysis was simple. We wanted a pullback here and then probably we start to see some buys, but it has already broken that level, meaning it has not respected it, so we can delete it. So let's now go straight to daily time frame. We look at how yesterday closed. So yesterday closed as a strong bullish momentum move, but we already had our market structure. So that was our higher high, higher low, high there, then change of character here to give us a lower low, lower high. Now this was our lower low right here. according to yesterday. But then when we dropped down to the lower time frame, we saw the need to drop back according to H1 and M15. So what are we seeing now? We clearly see that this order block here on the daily time frame has not yet been mitigated. This is the very order block where this massive drop started from. So we know the price is actually going to be looking at going back to that order block. And within that daily order block, we have H4 levels. Let's go to H4. So within that, we have this. This was already mitigated, so we are likely to see price come to this. We are likely to see price come to that. So yesterday we got our lower low and then lower high. Are we going to see price give us a new lower low? That's a matter of time. It's going to be a matter of time, and we wait for that. So apparently, if price breaks this level, we will have a continuation of sells. We will have a continuation of sells if price breaks that. If it fails to break it, then we will see our pullback to that level. We will see our pullback to that level. If it fails to break it, we will see the pullback, then later a drop back to this level. So that is on H4. Because market structure, we are bearish. That is straightforward. We are bearish. We are selling on daily, both on daily and H4. We are selling. But how about H1? Let's look at H1. What are we seeing? All right, we are selling. That was market structure right there, right there, right there. Sells, change of character to the downside and started to sell. Now we are on this very order block according to H1. Are we going to see momentum, high momentum of sales to break this? It's a matter of time. We wait. What is the signal are we getting on CCI starting from H4? Let's verify the signal. We are oversold. According to H4, we are oversold. So we are likely to see buys come here. But hopefully that is only and only if this current H4 candle fails to close below this previous lower low. All right, let's go to H1. Oversold. Look at those shadows. Strong signal coming in from CCI and RSI, showing us that we need to look at buys. M15, strong signal, third time. So this level is likely to give us bullish momentum, but we have to be patient. So that is enough for me to look at on CCI and RSI. Now what is left for me is to wait for market structure shift on such a level. That is what I need. The sell, we took advantage of it late night. Now we wait for market structure shift on this very level, probably according to M15. Right now we are clearly seeing that this is a break of structure to the downside, so meaning we wait for market structure shift. You know the drill, guys. Something like this, like that. You may wait for this, but I may not wait for it. I may not wait for it. I may actually enter immediately when it gives me this. Right about that. This may be my entry. Risky entry right here. This may be my risky entry without waiting for the confirmation of market structure shift. So I'm just gonna be patient now. This is what I'll be waiting for according to M15. According to M15, this is what I'll be waiting for. If this happens, then that will be enough for me to make it into the bullish momentum. We've already seen the signal coming in from H4 is oversold, H1 oversold. We've also seen M15 being oversold, but that doesn't matter if we are getting a signal from the indicator. What matters is it matching with market structure. Right now, according to M15, it is not matching with market structure because ever since we moved from that level, we've been we've been bearish. So until we get a market structure shift signal on right here, we have no business to look for the bulls, to look for buys right here. If it decides to break this level and closes below it, then we look at continuation of sales. If it fails to close below this and fails to give us a new lower low and gives us a structure which we call a market structure shift or a reversal signal, whatsoever reversal signal you guys know. Some of you guys get a reversal signal using candlesticks or chart patterns or whatever, but for us we use smart money. So once we get ourselves a change of character, something like that, that makes it enough for us to get in business with this asset looking for buys. All right, so that's enough on J10. Let's rush to Boom 500 and we call it a day. Boom 500. When did we last trade it? I don't even remember the last time we analyzed it. So that means we go back to, okay, I've seen some. All right, it actually followed our analysis according to H4 and it has so far hit the target right about there. We wanted it to come to this level the last time we analyzed it. So now we can delete all these and have a clear view of what is currently happening. So whatever was, okay, this is still strong. Okay, it's a support resistance level. It's a support resistance level. What is this? Delete. All right, so that is the order block. Fake breakout, change of character to the upside. That is very clear so far, but we have this support resistance to break right here. So are we going to see price break it now, or we are still consolidating? Now that we have that, let's go to daily time frame. We check what is weekly time frame. Sorry guys, weekly time frame. So this is where it all started from. We are bearish according to weekly time frame, mitigated that level, and we've been consolidating for quite some time clearly on the weekly time frame. This is our level and that is the level. This is our ranges on weekly time frame. Price goes back and forth, but we know with time it's gonna break and continue down below. Why? Because we are bearish according to weekly time frame, looking at what we have. But I want to remind you also that even though we are bearish, price reacted on this support and failed to break it, then started the bullish momentum. And one can argue and say this was our change of character. So price reacting back here is gonna actually start the bullish momentum to the upside all the way there once price reacts to such an order block right here. Why? Because this is where we saw this very shift or change of character. This was our lower low, lower high, then a low here, price breaking the previous lower high to give us a higher high, higher low, higher high, mitigating that order block from the very change of character where this drop sell started from. Now that is on the weekly time frame, which is very clear now. Now if we go to the daily time frame, we know that these two are the ranges of the weekly time frame. And what signal do we have on the daily time frame? Are we buying? Are we selling? Let's look at CCI. We are 50-50. There's no strong signal, so meaning we are ranging according to what we saw on the weekly time frame already. We are ranging. That means we are going to anticipate price to go back up. We have something like that right here, price failing to break it, so this is another range within the range according to daily time frame. This is another range within the range according to H4. Remember that this is another range within a range according to H4, this according to daily time frame. So is price above our 10 MA? Let's look at that. Not yet according to daily time frame, but it is according to H4, which is a good thing. That means we are bullish according to H4. How did yesterday's candle close? It was bearish, but mitigating the order block or the support. So now we see the bullish momentum coming in, and it is already above our 10 MA on H4, which says everything that we need to know. Are we having enough momentum to break this? I believe so. Why do I say I believe so? Look at this. Let's now go straight to market structure. This was our lower low, lower high, lower low here because that was a break of structure. But look at this change of character to the upside. That is enough to know that this was a mitigation move. So this was a change of character, giving us higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, then failure to give us a new high. Why? Because of that support resistance level that I showed you. Then drops back all the way to the very order block, this very order block where the buy or where the change of character was initiated from here. So that is the order block. Mitigates it, and now we see high momentum bullish move. So we now know that it has the capacity to break out here, to break this support resistance level. So are we going to see it today being broken? Maybe, maybe not. But it has the capacity because it has mitigated that order block on this level. So if it has the capacity, I may have one opportunity here to wait for price to break this level. That's what I may wait for. Instead of forcing any trades today and whatsoever, I may wait for price to break this and come in with my buys to go to that other level according to daily time frame. So that's enough for me. If I go to H1, do I have an entry? Yes, 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 no, no, no. Okay, so H1, it's weird, but when you look at M15, that's where now things make sense. Remember, according to H4, I've told you we've seen the bullish. We have the change of character to the upside. Yep, but on M15, we currently saw when it was dropping down, it gave us a change of character to the downside, and that's where we started to see the sells. Now, on reaching here, we never saw a clear structure to the upside. So there's a possibility that it's gonna drop again before we get to see buys. So I want to confirm that using CCI and RSI. I want to confirm that. You clearly see the shadows are very faint. They are not that much giving us a strong signal either to the bullish or to the bearish. So that means it's gonna likely come, it's gonna come probably around that level and then drop again down. So there's no business here. I'm not gonna trade this asset for now. If it reacts to such a level according to M15 and gives me an entry, maybe I will sell it. But until then, it's a no-go for me. It's a no-go for me according to what I've seen. So Zain, if you're trading Boom 500, remember that so that you don't, it's consolidating. We've seen it. It's consolidating both on weekly, on daily, on H4. We've seen that it is in consolidation. So if you're to trade it, you're going to trade it on M15 following the trend of H4. So probably you should have entered right here when price broke that level. You should have entered the bulls right there. But now it's likely going to give us the bears later in the day. As soon as it reaches that level, we may get to see bears if it fails to break this level to the upside. We are likely to see bears to bring us back down below because we are still consolidating both on H4 daily time frame and of course weekly time frame. Look at that. Look at that. We've been up and down. So I will be patient with this asset. if I'm to trade it, I'm gonna be patient with it. It's not there's no clear structure to work with it right now until it breaks out of such a level right there according to H4. Then you can trade it like I've told you right there to look for the buys to take you there. So if you want to trade as an intraday trader, then you may wait for M15 right about there. But the best option is to leave this asset alone and wait for it to break out here according to H4. All right, I see Chris Madesh saying you people actually trade this nonsense with Forex concepts. I don't know what you call nonsense, but if you get a strategy that works for you and you get assets that give you money, why put yourself on pressure trading some assets that you will have to panic and wait for the news and wait for you're not sure what is happening. So why everyone has what works for them. So we trade what works for us and we vote for the assets, by the way. So that's why every asset that we trade here is voted by the community, is selected by the community. So that's it. I hope Chris, but we trade gold. So if you want to trade gold with us, be our guest. I think we missed our cue to trade gold because we wanted it to close above there, then we can enter. Anyways, back to Boom 500. Zane, I think that's it. We will be waiting for that. For an intraday trader, if we get a reaction right here, we will be looking for the sell. If we don't get a reaction there, then we wait for the breakout here to look for the buys according to H4. Yeah, exactly. Scalpers can take advantage of that, and intraday traders, by the way, because this move alone can take almost the whole day from here to down below here. It can take almost the whole day, so we wait for it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our recap. I hope you have had a great time with me. Let's now do our recap and we call it a day. For those who still want to learn all the things I know in the market and the strategies that I use and probably chart patterns, I teach them also in the class, but mostly I emphasize on smart money. So if you want to learn that, the information is on your screen. You can subscribe, you can register for the August class. Right now the July class is already overdue. You can no longer catch up, so you can register for the August class if you want to join one of the classes, or you can register for a September or an October class, because every month there is always a class. All right, enough of all that. Let's now get to gold. So we started with gold. Our anticipation was to enter buys just above this level right here. So I believe we are still in business. So I'm not gonna waste my time. I want to reanalyze it a little bit more before I can make this decision right now. So this is what we wanted. This is what we wanted. There's a lot of rejection though coming from sellers. There's a lot of rejection coming in from sellers. There's a lot of rejection coming in from sellers. So since I've seen that, I may not trade it. Look at those wicks. Look at those wicks. Look at those wicks. So instead of now forcing this, I may wait for price to close above there. Yeah, I might wait for price to close above there and look for probably a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna be patient with this because of the wicks that I've seen. rejection coming in from sellers back and forth, so I'm just gonna be patient with it. So this is off now. Yeah, I'm just gonna be patient with this. The moment it closes above there, we'll have our cue to make the bullish move, and I think I'm gonna have my stop loss here. It should be down below, but because I need to have at least a risk to reward ratio over 1 to 2, I'm gonna just have it there, right there. The moment it closes above there, I will enter that buy move and then leave it. So that's it on gold. We also analyzed Boom 1000. We are waiting for a structure like that. Risky entry there, limited risk right here according to smart money. If it happens, then this is what I recommend you guys to wait for. But for those that have some good capital, then you can enter your risky entry and have a tight stop loss just above here, the order block distance right there as your stop loss. We also analyze V75. We are waiting for reaction here on this H1 order block, or you wait for something like this, like I told you, and then we enter ourselves. Something like this will make sense for you to confirm that we are now bearish. So until then, no business. We are still bullish because this is a break of structure. So until then, we already know it has mitigated this H1 order block that we've been waiting for. This one here, it's actually a resistance level. So we wait for the bearish momentum to start getting in with ourselves, because we want to sell from there to this level. It's going to be a swing according to H1. Go back to M15. We also analyzed J10. And it's still bearish. Yeah, even though the signal coming in from CCR and RSI shows the strong a strong signal to the bullish. Right now we are on this order block, which is now support, but we wait until price fails to break this order block, and we wait for a structure like that. This will be our risky entry, and this will be your limited risk entry for scalpers, for traders. Anyways, that's it on J10. That's what we are waiting for on J10. So it's gonna be today's market is gonna be more of patience. You have to be patient for the structures to come around before you can make a decision. And then lastly was Boom 500. Boom 500 is one of those that I'm not going to look into until price probably goes all the way there and fails to break it, to break that level. Then I can think of selling it. Until then, it's a no-go for me. Why? Because look at this. We have a heavy momentum of bulls. It can decide to drop down, react here, and then give us another entry for the buys. The other thing, it can again continue right here. So it's quite crazy. It's crazy where we are. It's very crazy, because right now it is reacting on this conference area right there. According to M5, it is reacting on that conference area. So it can easily drop here to look for a retracement level according to Fib. To look for this retracement level, probably 61.8 right there. Then we come in with the buys again. So anything is possible with Boom 500. So that's why it's off for me to trade it right now. It's gonna be off for me to trade it until further notice, until I see something that I can work with. For scalpers, you can sell it the moment it breaks down below. You can sell it. It breaks that level. You can sell it because it will be looking for a higher low right here on 61.8 or 50%. The moment it breaks that level, then it's going to be going there, and then you wait for your sales later to drop all the way back here. So there's a lot that it can do, but you have to be patient with it. ladies and gentlemen, that has been today's session. I hope you had a great time with me. Those who don't trade, those who don't have an accounts for these kinds of assets, booms and V75, there's a link in the description below where you're able to trade gold and these same assets and very many assets, even the pairs, the forex pairs, in the same account without changing from one account to another. There's a link there you can use to get your own account and trade with us the same assets. So ladies and gentlemen, that has been today's session. We'll be back here tomorrow same time, 10:30 to 11:30. Today we have exceeded our time because we added 2 extra bonus assets that we analyzed, but tomorrow hopefully we'll be in time. Otherwise, I want to wish you guys a good day, happy trading. See you tomorrow same time. Bye bye.